So here's an UrbanMover UM44, and I'm going to set the meter. What the meter will do is measure the volt drop, including the volt drop in the wiring. So there's the meter, which happens to clip nicely on the frame. It's a lash up. You see the wires are just pushed into contact. This is a battery lawnmower battery. So I say it's designed for a lithium battery, and I've literally just crop clipped and insulated taped under there just to see how it goes on lead acids. So let me we're off. There we go. Now I've already been about 10 miles on it, and I want to see what the voltage dips to when I accelerate, because that will give me an idea. Change up through the gear, give me an idea of how well it'll work on ordinary lead acids. And you can see the volts dip up and down as I accelerate and decelerate. And change into the highest gear. Gentle whir from the motor, not a horrible screech like some of them. It is very quiet. I think it's quite a polished performer actually. This is going quite nicely. And the gauge just reads voltage. It doesn't try and guess how charged the battery is. And as I said, I've already been about 10 miles on it. Decided I needed to do some more sophisticated voltage measuring. And going down the back road, because I'm filming one-handed. I'm driving one-handed and holding the camera the other, which is never terribly easy. There's a car behind me. I better get a move on. Pulling strongly. Bit of road rage going on behind me. Came down here to get away from the traffic, and I saw someone behind me, so I'm going to go around the loop. Sure what's happening here. Up the coach. Always looking for a place to park. Woohoo, off we go. Right, power off. Oh, lovely old church. Brakes on. Right, let's look at the meter. That's the minimum voltage, and it's 22.46. So This is the bridge, and it goes up quite high actually. So it's very difficult to see, very difficult to get an idea of hills when you're looking at a video. But you see there, you can see we're beginning to get to the rooftops of houses, and I'm just doing an effortless pedal up here. This is a lovely area, high up. We're up in the treetops now. Now I've stopped pedalling and we're getting a reasonable pace here, so this is basically just running down the other side now. Started pedalling again as we've hit the flat. Cruising along happily here. That little red light means I'm in super boost mode. It's a torque sensor. When you pedal, it detects the effort and matches it with the motor. With the boost button on, it gives you extra generous helping. There's actually very little pedal effort required, and even without the extra boost, it's quite nice to ride. So turn around here, make sure there's no traffic. We're nearly stopped. Oh, here comes a car. This is supposed to be a quiet Sunday afternoon. I can't believe the amount of traffic there's about. Going back now, heading up the bridge, effortless pedal. I've just set off in top gear, the motor's doing all the work. Can't believe the amount of traffic. It's supposed to be quiet. Typical sod's law. Along here. Go back over the bridge. Here we are, steaming along. There we go, Summit. Unusual bridge this, it goes around the corner. There, I'll stop pedalling now, I'm just bombing down the hill. This is the hill we came up. We're back down to the level of the houses. An old gatehouse there. This used to be the main Oxford to London road, and that's the toll house. I think that the M40 motorway now does the job this road used to do. It's quite remarkable. Down there somewhere is Watling Street. I'll show it to you. And Watling Lane, actually. There's an ancient Roman road that runs all the way from London to I cannot remember where, called Watling Street, and part of it is here. For the history of this place. Coasting. There it is. See that? Watling Lane. Here. This is Watling Lane, and it's part of an old Roman road that went from Oxford to London. So here you have it. Again, it's quite remarkable to think that this road used to do the job that's now done by the M40 motorway. This used to be the medieval M40. Indeed, not far from here is the oldest forge in the country, and they've been going since God knows when, I can't remember. And they, I'll look it up, and their job was repairing wagons and horses on the journey from London to Oxford. If a horseshoe came off or a wagon wheel or something had a problem, put in and they'd fix it. Again, I can't believe the amount of traffic. What's supposed to be a quiet Sunday afternoon, it's ridiculous. Right, I'm going to stop here. Well, again, the motor's doing all the work. I'm just having a lazy pedal. I weigh 17 stone and I haven't ridden a bike in about 20 years, not any distance, so you know, this really does take the effort out of pedaling. In fact, I wouldn't have the motor in such boost mode. It's just that I'm testing the battery. I could actually pedal a lot harder without any great effort. And notice I'm wearing a jumper. That's because with such a lack of pedal effort, I'm going to get cold. So normally you wouldn't bother with a jumper, you just pedal a bit more. But the whole purpose of this mission is to test out the electric. So I'm deliberately wrapped up warm to save myself any great effort. Right, again, isn't this amazing? This is essentially the M40 motorway of years ago. And then that road there took over when they built the bridge, and then finally the whole road moved across, and this has become a quiet place. Full of history. You see that door there, that big blue door there, Watling House. That was where they used to take the horses in. They used to run the horses about 10 miles or 8 miles or 12 miles, and the wagon used to pull in, and they used to swap the horses, put another set of horses on, and I think this was the last stop before Oxford. And old farm there. No, this place is full of history. It's on one of the oldest roads in the country, so it's quite amazing. Anyway, back to the bicycle. As you can see, I'm bombing along again, and cricket going on there. Stupid game. Personified that, complicated and daft. Anyway, you can tell I'm not a cricket fan. Well, I'm whizzing along quite happily with no great effort, and I've stopped pedalling now. I'm slowing down to turn around. Yeah, little furry dice. I found that on the road when I was out just before I started camera filming, and yeah, I've slowed down now, and because I'm on solar panels everywhere now. Hardly touching the pedals, house and there, the wind turbine on it. Just see it briefly. Not that windy, but this bicycle eats headwind. It heats headwinds. When you're on one of these headwinds, you don't feel headwinds. Run out of film, so I'm going to keep on going up and down just to monitor to see how well the battery copes. But it's looking perfectly practical to run this thing off two relatively cheap basic lead acid gel cell type batteries. So you know, although it's designed for the lithium pack that goes with it, I don't have the lithium pack, I just have the bicycle. So there's another car. The traffic's gone, I can get up to speed again. Well, I'd say my lawnmower battery of unknown vintage 24-volt lawnmower battery and my jury rig battery's fallen off.